So, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for all of you who are watching live or replay this wonderful interview. I am PhD from the coach, shamanic coach, and spiritual coach. I help spiritual seekers and healers and therapists to get the right clients. And now I'm very glad and very happy to announce everyone that we are going to interview a very, very special being. She's been working as a healer, light worker, and also she wrote some very, very beautiful books that she's going to share about. So welcome, Helen. How are you?
Thank you so much, Fernando. I'm so well, and I'm so excited to be here.
Wonderful, Helen. So would you like to introduce us a little bit why other people should be continue watching this interview, and would you like to share a little bit of your story and your mission?
Mm, I'm happy to do that. Thank you. Um, we are all on earth on this beautiful journey of experiencing this physical journey as human beings. But one thing that we realize is we get so consumed with physicality or the material world that we tend to forget who we are as metaphysical beings, as spiritual beings. So just like everyone else, I went through a, a a journey where I was so confused about everything that was happening in my life. I didn't understand anything. I was struggling to process like all the experiences that were happening to me, the circumstances that were happening in my life. I just didn't understand the essence of life. So I went on a journey of questioning, like, what are we really doing here on earth? Like, is this all we are here to do? To wake up, to go to work, to struggle, to eat, to sleep. For me, it didn't make sense. Something in me kept pushing me to realize that there is something more about life, something that I had not consciously tapped into. So because I was going through this confusion, this mental gymnastics were happening. It started in my mid to late 20s. I struggled with a low self-esteem. I struggled with overthinking. I struggled with what I came to realize is depression and anxiety. I
Mhm.
didn't know how to get through like a difficult time, like to process my emotions. If it's anger that I'm feeling, if it's resentment, if it's bitterness, I didn't know any healthier way of processing. It's something that was never taught to me from the moment that I was born to my mid 20s. So going through all those mental escapades and all those episodes that were happening in my life, I was led to to a moment where I wanted to quit and end it all. And it happened when I was 27 in 2017. And it also happened in 2019 when I was carrying my baby, when I was pregnant. And eventually I just couldn't do it. I felt like there was a force that was guiding me, whispering to me. End of 2019, I came across a woman who changed my life. She became my teacher. She introduced me to this path of listening to my pain, understanding my lessons. We are souls on a journey. Every experience is teaching. So, it was like you know how you feel when you are going through, like it's so hot, you're burning, and someone just drops a little bit of water. And you know how soothing and calming it is. That's how I felt when I started my journey. And I call it my journey within.
That's so beautiful and so touching. And I would love that more people start to listen to this transformational story, because it is not easy to find someone who has faced very difficult situations and still has a loving energy, like in your case, right? So, could you please share with us what's the book that you wrote, and what's its relationship with your mission?
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part. What's
Okay,
the
uh,
relationship
with your mission.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is the book that I wrote. It's called Journey
Journey within.
Within. And as you can see, this logo, it's spiral to signify the healing journey that we are on as souls. We heal in layers. It's not linear, it's not a straight line, spiral. So when you're starting on your journey, when I first started on my journey, I didn't understand things that I thought I had healed from, things that I thought I had learned. I kept on coming back to those things, experiencing so much pain and confusion. First, because I didn't understand what awareness is. So I went through that healing journey, and it led me to the understanding that the first step to healing is awareness. Awareness of what is happening inside of you. I was so used to observing and being aware of other people who are judging me, who hate me, who don't like me, who say this about me. I had so much awareness on what's happening on the external facade, but what's happening in the inner landscape, in my soul within, I wasn't in touch. I was a victim. So that was such a fascinating journey for me to realize I have to tap within, I have to tune within awareness. Okay, if someone does this to me and I'm resentful, it's not about them. I have to take care of what's inside. Their heart is their heart. They have to take care of it, and they are accountable to God at the end of their life. What am I doing with what life is throwing to me? I have to deal with what's happening inside here. So I went through this process, awareness, and the next thing that I learned is you have to acknowledge it. We are so used to ignoring and suppressing our pain, but healing is all about acceptance, acknowledgement, loving your pain, loving the people that hate you. I didn't, in the vocabulary of my understanding of life, I didn't know, it never existed that I have to accept my pain. I always dismissed, minimized, like suppressed, repressed. I was living in that illusion. So it was so beautiful to come to this space where you just have to accept, because what you accept, it dissolves, but what you suppress, it keep on pushing forward, it keep on manifesting. So it was such a beautiful thing. And the other thing that I learned, after acknowledging, what are you choosing? Release what's no longer serving you. So it was like a sequence of, like, when I started this with this woman called Justine, she introduced me to this understanding. I think she brought me to the awareness of being able to understand the broader picture of what healing entails. And then after I met her, I started meeting different teachers. The first teacher taught me about awareness. She gave me a free course, that Lady Mona. I will never forget it. So that's the course that I was doing in 2020 for 3 months. And the second teacher introduced me to acknowledgement and releasing. So it was like a sequence. like everything, like a teacher was coming with a specific lesson. So what is my book all about? My book is about my journey, the journey that I started in 2019, the journey of understanding what healing is all about. So in this book, I take people through the lessons that I learned. So you realize in chapter 1, I introduce who am I? Why am I here? It is like a broader perspective of who we are before we dive deep. The second chapter is wounds, chapter 2, to introduce people what trauma is, what emotional pain is. The chapter 3 is called healing journey, to help people and to break it down what healing is all about. Chapter 4, I'm talking about awareness. Everything that I learned, it's not something that I read, because for me, life was my biggest university so far, and it's still the biggest university because I'm still learning. Chapter 5, it's about acknowledgement of those wounds, of the pain, of whatever is happening in your life. And I talk about the effects of, like, when you ignore or when you bypass, you continue to bleed. You continue to go through it over and over again. And chapter 6 is about releasing what's no longer serving you. You always have a choice. You hold the power to determine your destiny. After you have released, what is it that you want? Create your new reality. The next chapter, after saying what you want, creating your new reality, you speak things into existence, you pray, you affirm, surrender. How do you get in the place of surrender? And I talk about mindfulness. I talk about the things that I also learned that made me to the space of, like, surrendering. What do you do after surrendering? You step into your power eventually because you have done the work. So that's the chapter 9. And the bonus chapter, the last one, is called just soul food, because I love that word. So I'm just a short paragraph where I'm just describing certain lessons that people can benefit from. So literally, it's all about my journey and my experiences.
Sounds fantastic. And do you know already some people who purchased your book and got a transformation that you would like to share?
What?
Do you know someone who read your book and got a transformation as a result?
I have a few people in my circle who bought the book, and I remember one of my friends then sent a message, and she said, Helen, from the moment I was reading on chapter 1, I was so much resonating with the stories that you were sharing from chapter 1. Like, everything is exactly what I am experiencing. And she loved so much where we're talking about awareness, how we ignore and, like, bypass certain things, and it comebacks, and we are stuck in a karmic cycle and stuff. And it's like you are really, like, talking about me. And I find it, I wrote my own journey and shared some of my stories, and I'm speaking from a place of authenticity. And at the end of the day, we are all one. Our struggles are all the same. So I realize, wow, she's me, because we are all one, and we are all on this journey unknowingly.
Wonderful. And how much time did she need to carry out this transformation?
What?
How much time did she need in order to live this transformation?
How much time it takes for her to live the transformation?
Yes, I asked how much time do you think she needed in order to have the transformation?
Oh, to have the transformation, I don't want to lie. There's no timeline to what the transformation someone can get from reading my book. But what I can say is it's a good starting point to understanding who you are, to understanding your soul lessons, and to understand how to begin to navigate your lessons with ease and with clarity, without getting busted in the confusion and in the disillusionment of not understanding what is happening, of getting lost in the victim consciousness. So if someone is to say how much time you get the transformation, it depends with where you are on your journey and how open you are. And it's always, I always say it's a guidebook, it's a guide map to your journey within. How long it takes, it depends with you. You determine the pace and the speed.
And for those people who resonated with your journey and with the content or your book, if supposing that they want to move forward and they feel inspired by that transformation and they want to do their own transformation, what's your message to those people?
I didn't really get you. I think you have off the mic, or there's something with my laptop. I can't really hear you well.
Okay, I will repeat. For those people interested in your book and inspired by you, what's your message for them to carry out their own transformation?
All right. My message will be there is no, you're not going to heal your wounds, to heal yourself in one day, in 1 hour. It's a journey that you are on. Be gentle with yourself, take it in strides, and always be conscious of how you are showing up for yourself and how you're showing up for others, because you are energy, and whatever thoughts or whatever negative or positive things that you put out, they always come back to you. So sometimes we get confused of why our lessons we keep repeating, or what. Sometimes we just have to get in touch with these universal laws that govern us on this planet, the law of karma, the law of cause, the law of compensation, a law of one. So just understand that you are not a victim. There's a bigger picture, and you are guided by the principles of the universe, and the universe is always guiding you towards what's for your highest good. And whatever lesson or experience that is coming to you that is challenging, just know that the universe is not punishing you. It's there for the highest good or of your soul's evolution. So in case maybe you may feel defeated, you may want to give up, it's okay to rest. Give yourself space to rest so that you understand and really what's really going on, what's coming your way, so that you can navigate it like a pro. You have divine energy within you. You are so powerful beyond your wildest dream. Don't get lost in the superficial world. You are a soul, you are a being of light and love, And when you leave this dimension, it's not going to matter the model of phone that you have, the kind of house that you own, the kind of clothes that you own. What matters is, did you learn what you so came here to learn? Did you do what you were called to do? And what you are called to do is to love. But by first loving yourself, and by taking this journey within yourself, you are saying, I love myself. You are creating safe space for you to honor who you are as a soul. So don't worry about things. Focus on your mission. So when you are tired and you don't know what to do, get still till you know. And I promise you, you always know, because you are connected to the source of universal intelligence.
Sounds beautiful. Thank you very much for sharing. For those people who want to reach out to you, how can they do that?
Sorry, can you hold on? I want to remove my kid from the door. I want
That's
her
fine.
to.
Okay, for those who are watching live or replay, Hellen wrote a book about her own journey, the journey within. And she shares in that book her own transformation process to inspire the reader on how they can do that, their own journey. We are all performing our own individual journey, but we can be inspired by others. And Hellen is a very wonderful inspiration. And she's going to share with us how we can get that book and how we can reach out to her. Yes, Helen.
Yeah, big.
How can people reach out to you, Helen?
Yeah, people can reach out to me on social media, and my Facebook handle is Hellen T Kajawu, and my Instagram is Hellen T Kajawu.
Mm-hmm.
On TikTok, Hellen Kajawu.
Hello, Helen. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, yes. I just heard on Instagram and then it cut. What did you say, please? Can
Okay,
you?
so people can reach out on Instagram, Hellen Kajawu, on TikTok, Hellen Kajawu, on Facebook, Hellen T Kajawu, my Facebook page. So yeah, I'm pretty much anywhere, even on Twitter, though I'm not that active, or even on LinkedIn, Hellen Kajawu.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. We will share your contact information in the description of below the description of this video. Okay.
Thank you so
Mhm.
much.
Thank you very much, Helen. And one final word for those who are curious about your journey and or they might feel inspired by your interview. What's your final advice or suggestion for those people?
My final word, it will be love yourself. You're a beautiful being, and you are enough. There's nothing wrong with you. We live in a dimension where there are a lot of expectations, a lot of judgments, a lot of trying to fit into certain boxes. But just give yourself the permission to be unique you. Live your life the way you want. Only one life. And you don't want to do this life and leave any regrets. Honor your truth. Be authentic. Be yourself. And no one is going to give you permission. You have to be rebellious with your truth and honor who you are. And always know there's nothing wrong with you. You are enough, and you're a beautiful soul, and you deserve to be here.
It's very beautiful and very touching. Thank you very much, Helen, for sharing this. Thank you all those beautiful beings who showed up or live or replay, who are watching this live or replay interview. And if you want more to know more about Helen, see below of this video the description. We will copy and her contact information so that you can reach out to her. Okay. Thank you very much, Helen.
All right. Thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate.
you. Wonderful.